No one knows the real reason people turn to stone when they look at Medusa. They say it's a curse. They say it's punishment. They say it's her eyes. But what if the truth is far more terrifying? What if they don't turn to stone because of what they see in her, but because of what she forces them to see in themselves? Long before the statues learned to be silent and the serpents learned to whisper, Medusa walked among people who mistook possession for beauty and cruelty for power. But they understood neither, because beauty, in their world, was something to possess, and power was something to take. The night everything changed, no thunder roared, no sky shattered. Only something invisible broke, and when the goddess Athena arrived, the world expected justice. But justice did not come. Instead, Medusa was given something far more dangerous than punishment. She was given vision. Her transformation was not loud, it was not violent, it was precise. Her hair did not simply become snakes. Each serpent awakened with a purpose: to remember, to speak, to reveal. And her eyes were no longer meant to be seen. They were meant to uncover. The first man who came to kill her was not afraid. He walked with confidence, pride, certainty, until he looked at her. And in that single moment, he did not see a monster. He saw himself. Every lie he had buried, every cruelty he had justified, every truth he had avoided, it flooded into him all at once. And he did not turn to stone because of fear. He turned to stone because his mind could not survive the truth. But as his body hardened into cold marble, something strange happened. His eyes, frozen mid-blink, still seemed to watch her. It was not movement anymore, but memory trapped inside stone, as if his final thought refused to disappear completely. Even in silence, his gaze felt alive. And for the first time, Medusa noticed none of her statues looked afraid. They looked ashamed, as if they were not killed by her gaze, but preserved in the very moment they finally understood themselves. That was when she whispered her first words in years. "You are not dead, you are caught." One by one they came. Warriors, hunters, heroes, all believing they were strong enough to face a monster. None realizing they were about to face themselves. Some screamed, some begged, some laughed in denial until silence took them. And Medusa watched, not with hatred, but with understanding that grew heavier each day. Then something unexpected happened. One day a man looked at her, and nothing happened. No stone, no fear, no collapse, only silence. He did not look away, he did not tremble, because there was nothing inside him he was hiding from. For the first time, Medusa understood. She was never the curse, she was the mirror. From that day on, she stopped hiding in darkness. She stepped into the edge of the world, where truth is hardest to face, not as a monster, but as a boundary, a line no lie could cross. The forest itself seemed to fall silent when she arrived, as if even shadows were listening. Every step she took felt like a warning written into the ground. And behind her, fear no longer followed. It waited. Then, one night, after 100 heroes had turned to stone, Medusa did something no one expected. She walked to a still pool of rainwater and looked down. For the first time in her cursed existence, she saw herself, not as a monster, not as a mirror, but as a woman who had never been truly seen, not by anyone, not even herself. Her serpents hissed in warning, her heart pounded, her vision blurred. And yet, no stone came, only tears. Because the one person who could survive her own gaze was herself. The serpents grew restless, as if sensing a truth even they could not defend her from. For a moment, the world held its breath, waiting for destruction that never arrived. And in that fragile silence, she finally understood. The curse had never controlled her, only isolated her. She smiled. Then she returned to her garden of statues and waited, not as a curse anymore, but as a guardian of the only thing that could truly save anyone, the courage to look within. Because anyone who dared to face her would face everything they had ever been. They still tell stories of a hero who defeated her, a man named Perseus, who never looked at her directly, who used reflection instead of truth. And yes, he succeeded. But think about that for a moment. He did not face her, he avoided her. Because even heroes sometimes fear what they might see. And even after her fall, her gaze did not lose its power. Because truth does not die with the one who reveals it. It waits for the next person brave enough to look. Some say her eyes still linger in forgotten places, where lies grow too heavy to stand. Not as a weapon anymore, but as a silent challenge to every soul passing by. Because truth never disappears, it only changes who is willing to face it. So now I ask you, if you stood before Medusa and she looked into you, would you survive the truth? Or would you become just another silent statue, hiding in plain sight? If this story made you question what monsters really are, don't just watch it. Pass it on. Let someone else face it. And if you're ready for stories that don't just entertain, but uncover what's hidden, then subscribe, because the next truth might be even harder to face.